Okay, as we get into our discussion of ionic bonding, let's talk about how we can make a formula out of a name. Okay, so I've given us two formulas here, and then I'll show you. Obviously, the big difference here is that we have this Roman numeral, and if you've done all the other lessons, you kind of know, or you should know at this point, what that Roman numeral means and what that indicates about the iron. But let's look at the calcium first, okay? Calcium, he's a metal, and carbonate is a polyatomic ion. So I look at calcium. Calcium's in the second column, which means it has two valence electrons, Ca. So it will end up 4s2. It's going to lose those two and form a +2 ion. Carbonate is CO3 -2. Well, hey, this is going to be very easy. So when we look at calcium carbonate, we know that calcium is a +2 because it's an alkaline earth metal. It has two valence electrons. In this case, the 4s2, it loses those, becomes a +2. The carbonate is always -2. We know that by looking at a list of polyatomic ions or memorizing our polyatomic ions. Never a bad move. So, since I have a +2 versus a -2, +2 cancels out -2. I only needed one of this and one of this. And so my formula is pretty darned easy. CaCO3. Okay? So that's calcium carbonate. So I'm using carbonate again here, so the formula in charge of carbonate never changes, because remember, negative ions, also known as anions, never change their charge. Okay? So I'm just going to put my carbonate here. Now the iron 3, that's another story. Okay? So iron is in the D block. It's a transition metal, and it's what's known as a multivalent metal. And so iron will always tell us what its charge is right here. Okay? So this doesn't mean that we have 3 irons in the formula. What it means is that each iron in the formula has a charge of +3. The other possible charge for iron is +2. So we'll have 2 different compounds. There'd be iron 2 carbonate and iron 3 carbonate. Here they want the formula for iron 3 carbonate. So I'm just going to put Fe+3. So I've got a 3 versus a 2, a +3 versus a -2. So I always add to my smaller side. That gets me +3 versus -4. That's not going to work for me. Fe+3, that's going to give me +6. So +6 to -4. And I remember I need these to cancel out, and so I add another carbonate. Oh my gosh. So there you are. So -2, -2, -2. That's -6 +3 +3. That's +6. For some reason, I'd put a couple of 3's up there. So if you saw that earlier in the video, no, it's -2. Carbonate's always -2. So I just take 2 irons and 3 carbonates. So my formula is Fe2 parenthesis CO3 3. That's the formula for iron 3 carbonate right there.